Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you like this episode, please remember to hit the like button and leave a comment or two, then subscribe and click on the bell to receive notifications of whenever we release new videos. Also, please remember to share them to your social media. Welcome back to Scary Bear Attacks. Today's episode takes us to Placid Lake State Park in western Montana. Yeah, the name sounds peaceful, but recent events here may have you reconsider your vacation plans. The park sees around 60,000 visitors each year, but few know what risks are concealed in the park boundaries. The area around Placid Lake hosts dense forests, rolling hills, and clear blue waters. Known for its abundant wildlife, scenic beauty, and recreational opportunities, Placid Lake draws hunters, hikers, and campers year-round. However, this rugged landscape is also a natural habitat for grizzly bears, an apex predator that has long roamed the mountainous regions of Montana. The area around Placid Lake consists of diverse vegetation, including towering ponderosa pines, Douglas firs, and spruce trees. Lower understory plants such as huckleberries, serviceberries, and wild raspberries offer critical food sources for animals and people alike. Fall in particular sees increased bear activity as they forage to build up fat reserves before hibernation. This makes encounters with bears more likely, as the animals are less likely to retreat from human presence when their survival instincts are heightened. On the morning of November 2nd, 2024, an elk hunter, whom we refer to as Greg, set out to see if he could fill his tag in his freezer. Like many hunters in Montana, he'd spent years outdoors and understood the need for precaution. Montana's grizzly population has been steadily growing, leading to more encounters between bears and humans, particularly during hunting season. This day, however, would bring an encounter that would test his skills and determination to the fullest. While quietly navigating through dense timber south of Placid Lake, the hunter suddenly noticed movement in the brush. Greg hoped the big old bull elk would bust from cover, but was frozen in fear when a huge grizzly bear emerged from the bushes only a few yards from him. As adrenaline dumped into his blood, Greg's mind raced as his options flashed through his thoughts. He knew this bear could be on him in under a second, so hoping any charge from it was a bluff, maybe signing his own death warrant. Now there is no source that indicated whether Greg carried bear spray, but given it was hunting season, it is reasonable to assume he was carrying a high-powered hunting rifle. He may have been carrying a pistol as well, but whatever weapon he carried would be his only defense if the bear came at him. Greg had no time to react to the bear's presence before he saw its paws dig into the dirt and its first bounds toward him. He watched as the energy rippled across the bear's body in slow motion as it tore its path. As if he was moving in slow motion, Greg had just enough time to lift his firearm and fire as the bear got within swatting distance. A resounding clap thundered immediately, followed by the bear's reaction to the impact of the bullet. The bear shuddered and then tumbled only feet from the hunter. Greg stepped back in reaction to the bear's proximity to him. In fractions of a second, the massive grizzly had been reduced to a crumpled pile of flesh and fur. It lay still, but its menacing power and size still struck fear in the hunter's mind. Greg knew he had narrowly avoided severe injury, if not death. He had no injuries, but was shaken by the terror of the bear's charge. He knew that this incident would require the involvement of authorities, and immediately departed to report the facts to them and assist in the subsequent investigation. As soon as he got cell reception, he reached out, and the investigation process started. Following the encounter, Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks was quick to respond. They dispatched officers to the scene, where they confirmed that the bear had died from the gunshot wound. U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service officials joined the investigation, as grizzly bears in the lower 48 states remain protected under the Endangered Species Act. Their findings indicated that the hunter acted in self-defense, a critical factor when assessing encounters with protected wildlife. Regarding the reason the bear had charged Greg, there was no source indicating the presence of a cached animal carcass nearby, and given the bear was a boar, it wasn't protecting cubs. Speaking of Cubs, our Cubs Here membership on Patreon, linked below, will give you ad-free early access to our episodes. And the $3 per month goes a long way in helping me continue to produce educational and entertaining content like this. This incident has added to a growing number of bear-human encounters in the region, leading to discussions about bear management, safety protocols, and the potential need for increased hunter education on avoiding bear confrontations. The Greater Yellowstone ecosystem and Northern Continental Divide ecosystem are two of the main regions in the U.S. where grizzly bears are found, both of which extend into Montana. These populations have grown in recent years, with an estimated 700 to 800 grizzlies now inhabiting the region. Grizzly bears are highly adaptable and territorial, often covering extensive ranges to access food sources. Montana's grizzlies can weigh between 400 to 900 pounds and reach heights of up to around 9 feet tall when standing on their hind legs. The increase in bear populations has been both a conservation success and a challenge. Encounters with humans are on the rise, particularly during late summer and fall when bears are preparing for hibernation. The Montana FWP and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service have worked diligently to balance conservation with public safety, advising residents and visitors on best practices for living and recreating in bear country. The Placid Lake attack is part of a series of recent bear-human conflicts in Montana, highlighting the growing need for effective strategies to reduce encounters. Over the past few months, multiple incidents have occurred across the state. In July of 2024, a 72-year-old man near Columbia Falls was mauled by a grizzly while picking huckleberries. Though injured, he managed to shoot and kill the bear with a handgun. His story sparked a statewide conservation on the importance of carrying bear spray or firearms for protection. In September of 2024, 2 bow hunters were attacked by a grizzly near West Yellowstone. The hunters defended themselves by firing on the bear, ultimately killing it. This incident involved a sow with 2 cubs, emphasizing the danger posed by bears with young. In October of 2024, a hunter in Gallatin County encountered a grizzly while hunting and was forced to climb a tree after shooting the bear. Wildlife officers later euthanized the bear, which had been injured by the hunter's initial shot. Each of these incidents has been discussed on our channel and is linked to in the video article beneath this video for your review. The incident at Placid Lake was the 26th grizzly bear death by self-defense or euthanization this year. These cases highlight the risks inherent in Montana's backcountry and the unpredictability of bear behavior when food, territory, or cubs are involved. The bear attack near Placid Lake is a stark reminder of the delicate balance between humans and wildlife in Montana's vast wilderness. As grizzly bear populations continue to thrive, encounters like this become more common, prompting reflection on safety, preparedness, and respect for nature. After reviewing the facts surrounding this episode, I'm left with a few questions for you. Given the recent increase in bear encounters, should hunters be required to carry bear spray or undergo bear safety training before hunting in bear country? How can wildlife agencies improve outreach to residents and visitors about bear safety protocols? What role does conservation play in increasing bear populations, and how can authorities balance it with public safety concerns? I will gladly read and reply to your thoughts, so post them in the comments section below, and let's talk about it. Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider clicking on the like button and clicking on the bell icon. We'll help you know when we post our new episodes. Posting our video links to your social media profiles furthers awareness, and it's fun. We slashed our prices in our merch store, linked below, so check out the bargains there while you shop. As a member of our human community, remember to adventure bravely and be careful out there, especially in bear country.